Good afternoon. Exhale, breathe, family. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday. It's a beautiful day today, too. Just want to say I'm grateful for today. I'm getting over the flu. So, yeah, I'm blessed today. Um, I always like to recap from the last video. We talked a little bit about the first love I had and the things that happened with him um, that caused some more trauma, the things that transpired after him by being verbally abused and attacked by an adult male, and then being assaulted by a young man um, that I didn't even know really. Um, I knew the girlfriend of the guy that assaulted me, but yeah. And and so um, I ended it on talking about the next phase of a relationship that I entered into that um, really shouldn't have been in, to tell the truth about it, because I was roughly 14 years old with an adult man, and this man had came home from prison, and his sister um, lived downstairs from us, and that's how I met him. And we began to talk, and again, keep in mind that I was mature for my age in most people's eyes, and my body was mature, even though I was a kid. And what I realized at that time is that men didn't look at your face, they looked at your body. And if your body said that you was old enough, then you was old enough. And so, however, started talking to this guy, and it it progressed very quickly. And I guess it would be be expected because he was older, and of course, even though I was young, I still didn't. I knew a lot, but didn't know a lot. I was 14. Well, um, I thought he was super cool. I thought he was cool. Um, and he was a wooer, if you know what that means. It's a man that knows what to do, what to say to get you to fall for them. And he was so sweet at the beginning. Everyone is sweet at the beginning. But so it was fair time, right? And I wanted to go to the fair, and he was like, I'm gonna take you to the fair. And I was like, okay, great. Well, he had a niece that was maybe 10 years older than me. So she had a best friend that was probably about the same. that liked him, and she had a car. And like I said, he was home. He had just came home from prison, so he didn't have a car. And excuse me, he used the best friend's car. But the issue was, or the for me, it was more of wow, right? Because he was able to use her car, but she went too. But he made her sit in the back seat. Mm, 14 years old, you're thinking, oh my God, like, this is cool. But it really wasn't. Again, I get to replay these things and think about it as an adult and realize a lot of things was just not okay, wasn't right, wasn't cool, wasn't good, wasn't safe, wasn't healthy, wasn't just wasn't right. But anyways, so we go to the fair, and of course I have an amazing time. Amazing time. And get back, of course the young lady was, she was pretty upset, because she was trying to figure out herself, like, how do this young girl get this older guy to cater to her when she's the adult and he should be catering to her, right? Big miss, of course, they didn't directly have me in the middle of it. I was indirectly in the middle of it. Of course, as time went on, um, he became very possessive. I was his, and I couldn't talk to no one, and I couldn't be around no other guys, and it was just like, oh my God, like, what is this about, right? And so, the first love, which is Sugar Boo, used to hang around, and he would get so mad every time he seen him come around, and we started having arguments about it, like, unnecessary. But with that particular relationship, he would force me to do things that was not right, not good. Um, Actually had me looking at people real side eyed. Um, for a long time until I matured, really matured to understand the different backgrounds of people, especially in I may not get the letters right, so forgive me because it's no disrespect, but the LBGQ plus community, like I said, no disrespect, but um, I wasn't really so aware of the different things. You have the people that it was above the gay straight thing, right? It was more of the polygamy, the the thank you, Black Beauty. Um it was more of the polygamy side of it, the more of the um threesomes. Like I said, very candid people. I apologize if this offensive to anyone, but this is the story so that the people that has been through this will be able to get through it with knowing that this actually happens to people, and the trauma that it causes people um, will hinder relationships, will make them look at people differently, will make them change who they are, make them judge people prematurely based off of sexuality instead of individuality. Okay, so that's what this is about. Also, like I said, it's many layers to the journey, and the journey is long, and it's a long journey. But anyways, so this guy um came to me one day and was like, "Hey, I want to invite someone in," and I was just like, "No, that's not that's not okay. That's not cool." Or whatever, and thought it was the end of it, of course. And one day I go over his house and we're sitting there talking and just vibing, and I'm thinking everything is cool. And so he brings it up again about bringing another person into the fold. And not knowing that the person was on their way, right? And so I'm like, I thought we talked about this and I already said no. And, you know, and next thing you know, I hear a knock on the door. So I'm like, okay, who's ever coming? Like, I didn't know that you invited no one. And of course, it was another woman. And, she's grown, she's an adult. They had already talked. I guess he gave her the spiel that that wasn't my thing, or I wasn't, it was my first time or whatnot. And, yeah. Um, she comes in, she sits down, and, I'm like, well, I'm going to go home because this ain't for me and this is not okay. And as I went to leave, he grabbed me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm going home. And he was like, no, you're not. We are going to do this. And I was, like, no, I'm not comfortable. This is, yeah, I don't want to. And he was like, yeah, we're doing this. And again, for anybody, woman, girl, boy, man, whoever. Your no means no. Period. There doesn't have to be an explanation for your no. You don't have to justify your no. When you say no, no is no. Period. And he slapped me. And I'm like, oh, so now it's not a choice. Now it's by force. And of course, they both had their way with me. Okay, sorry. That took a lot out of me because I was violated yet again. And this time it was by a woman. because she heard me say no. And she heard me say I didn't want to, but she still partaking in the events that occurred that day. That made me look at women side eye too. So I wasn't able to put anything past anybody at that point. Not a man, not a woman. Everybody was suspect for the boys and the men out there. Please understand that people like me understand that there are women pedophiles out here that takes advantage of you boys and you men, that has abused you, that has took advantage and created something that in you that is not right. It's not cool. It's not normal. It's wrong. And I'm here to say that you are not the reason. We are not the blame for the abuse that we endured at the hands of the people that we have trusted or didn't even know. They violated. They violated on so many levels. And know that there's courage in you. There's strength in you. There's redemption in you. There's so much good left in you. Don't don't let what others has done steal your joy. And I know it's easier said than done because I've been there. I'm 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 fighting daily. I'm fighting daily to overcome still. I'm every day. It's a daily journey. Sometimes it's minutes, sometimes it's hours, sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's just moment by moment. But know that you're not alone. Know that you're not alone. You're not. And no one knew. It's so many things that I didn't get to share with my mom. It was so many things that she went home to glory not knowing. And I don't know if it was for the best, because it probably would have broke her because a lot of people um she knew. A lot of these people she knew. And yeah, she probably wouldn't have been able to take it. Or she probably would have took somebody to send them right on to glory. But she didn't know. Like I said, so many things happened before the age of 15. I had moments of I was introduced to this candy house. All the kids in the neighborhood knew about this candy house. But it was supposed to be a candy house, but it was more of a pedophile ring. It was a place where a lot of men, older men, would be that had money, that would hang out, gamble, um, make bids, plot on the young ladies that came through thinking it's a candy house and thinking that, oh, we're just going to buy some candy and buy this or get this or get that, to be approached, to be propositioned, to be violated, right? And it was so weird because a lot of us young girls went there. We not thinking nothing is wrong with it, because the abuse that we had already been suffering with in encountering had made us believe that it was okay for people to take advantage of us. And if they're offering something, then that got to be the reward. When in fact it wasn't. It was just more trauma being added on to the trauma that was already there. Life began to be very dark for me. It was dark. I was angry. I know y'all gonna hear that a lot. I was angry. I fought a lot. I was in all kind of mayhem. It was so uncalled for, but that was the only outlet I had, was to fight, and I fought. You couldn't talk to me. You couldn't say nothing to me in a way that I felt disrespected or like you wanted some of this, because it was it was up. And so as I close this video today, I just want to say again, you're not what has happened to you. Please, please, for the younger people that may be in these situations as of right now, please find someone to tell. Do not continue to suffer in silence. Don't continue to act out with other people that has nothing to do with the abuse that you're suffering. Tell someone, allow someone to step in and help, because there's help out here. And it took a long time for me to know that. It took such a long time for me to understand that I was going through something that, if I would have had the courage and the strength and the belief to know that someone would listen to me and someone would hear me, if I would have told sooner, I would have not endured so much more trauma. Oh, it's been quite a bit. Please, girls, boys, please tell. And for the adults, men and women, that has been abused by people you trust, whether it was mother, father, grandparents, uncles, auntie, cousins, siblings, whoever. Tell the family. This motto of don't air your dirty laundry. Well, if the laundry is dirty, again, you should want to wash it. Clean the laundry. Whatever is not being uncovered gets to remain sick and be is able to continue with the abuse. Everything that's not being told helps the person be able to continue. And oftentimes they go on to another victim, and another victim. And next thing you know, we have a slew of victims in a single family. And the other piece to it, don't worry about if someone gonna believe you. Because if you tell the right person, they'll tell somebody else. And they'll tell somebody else until somebody believes you. I love you. Exhale, breathe. I pray and hope that this message helps someone today. I hope and pray that someone is feeling better today. I hope and pray that you don't give up the fight. Don't give up and don't give in. You are stronger than you know. And we're going to be strong together. We're going to get through it together. And I want you to know that you are loved. And I see you next Saturday. Be blessed. And remember that we're healing. Please like, share, and subscribe. And share this with people. People, please. Because there's a lot of people hurting out here. It's a lot of people needing to know that they're not the only one been through that. And they're not the only ones that been through this. That is someone that's able to relate. So I thank y'all for tuning in. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And I see y'all next Saturday. Be blessed. And we're healing together. Bye for now.